to another video in the eTech City How-To series. Today we'll be showing you how to use the pH 2011 Plus pH meter. For those of you who have not used the pH meter before, this device is used to measure how acidic or basic a solution is. You may have done something similar to this in school using pH testing strips like these, and trying to match the colors to get a measurement. But with the 2011 Plus pH meter, you'll only have to look at the display to get your reading. You're going to have to calibrate the meter before measuring. To set up the meter, remove the cap and let the electrode sit in distilled water for 10 minutes. While the meter is submerged, mix the included pH buffers in two separate containers, using 250 milliliters of distilled water in each container. Stir until the powders are completely dissolved. Keep in mind each buffer packet is only good for one use. After 10 minutes, remove the pH meter from the distilled water and turn it on. Place the meter's electrode in the 6.86 solution, stirring gently for a few seconds. Hold the meter until it gives a stable reading, which should be 6.86. If the display does not read 6.86, use the included screwdriver to calibrate the meter while it's still in the solution by gently turning the calibration screw until the display reads 6.86. Once a correct reading has been made, rinse the meter with distilled water and place it in the 4.0 solution. Repeat the calibration process once more, but this time you'll be looking for a reading of 4.0. Use the screwdriver if necessary to calibrate the meter. Once you get the correct reading, rinse out the meter with clean distilled water and dry the electrode with a soft tissue. Now you're ready to measure the pH of any solution. To measure the pH of a solution, you'll have to leave the electrode in clean distilled water for 5 minutes, and dry the meter when it is ready. If you have already calibrated the meter like how we demonstrated earlier, there is no need to submerge the electrode in distilled water. Turn on the pH meter and place the electrode in the solution you're measuring. Today we are testing the pH of apple juice, so let's see what we get. And it's giving us a reading of 3.72, meaning this solution is acidic. Rinse the electrode with clean distilled water when you're done, and dry it off with a soft tissue paper. To replace the batteries in the pH meter, open up the top of the meter using the tab on the back of the meter. Gently lift up the top of the meter to reveal the battery casing, and you can now replace the batteries. Be sure to properly dispose of the used batteries. When you are finished using the pH meter, gently dry the electrode and place the cap on it. Put it back into the case and store in a cool, dry place. Before we go, here are some quick reminders when it comes to measuring pH. The pH scale runs from 1 to 14, with 1 being the strongest acid and 14 being the strongest base. We advise you to exercise extreme caution when handling chemicals that are highly acidic or highly basic. Also, remember that a measurement of 7 means that the solution is neutral. Water is a neutral solution and should normally read within the range of 7. That's it.